Okay, so let's see if this will help a little bit. Here's what we need to do. First of all, the pins that matter on this rotary are pins 1 and 2. And let me zoom in here for a minute. Pin 1 on the 7-pin connector is 36 volts. It's 36 V4. But you'll notice over here it says 36 V4 1. Now, we should have continuity from pin 1, should be a red wire on the backside, all the way to this relay. There's 36 V4 1. So it should go to pin 4 on this relay. This is the relay that lights up when you turn on channel 7, which is the rotary. So basically what happens is this input here on channel 7 comes from the connector, the actual rotary connector. Let me pull it back up. So, and I believe it is pin, it's either 6 or 7. 6 and 7 are the ones that are the jumpers. They're just jumped together on the rotary cable side of it. And that jumps ground to either pin 6 or pin 7. Let me see if I can follow these. So this is pin, that's pin 6. So pin 6 is ground. Pin 7, if you trace it around, should go to IN7. No, actually, that's ground. That other one goes. Anyway, what happens is 6 and 7, one of these is ground, and the other one goes over to the negative side of this input right here, and that turns on the relay. So when you plug the rotary in, those little that jumper there on 6 and 7 where it's soldered across turns on channel 7 on the TL timer. And you're right, that should be 24 volts trigger coming out of channel 7. So when you plug in the connector, that's going to tell the TL timer to energize this relay with using this 24 volts. So that's when the relay should illuminate. So the things we need to check for is to make sure that this 36V41, it comes from the 7-pin connector. You'll want to make sure that you have continuity between there, which is pin 4 on that relay, and come down a little bit more. Let me zoom in a little. And pin 1 on the rotary port. So those are important. What we also need to check on that other relay, wow, page down, is that this other one, pull it over a little bit, the 36V4 pin 3, that's going to go straight to the 36 volt rail, and that's where the 36 volts is being supplied from the power supply. Let me zoom back out of this just a little bit, and that'll be on the DIN rail. And I guess that's probably the first one in this diagram. I'll attach this diagram so you'll have it. But here's what it looks like next to the relay, and you can trace all of these wires over here and check them at these points if you want to. But let me just recap. Page down. So the way that works is once you plug the connector in, this TLN3 will get triggered, and that'll turn on channel 7 so that you get 24 volts that triggers this relay, and it's getting its power from pin 3, 36 volts over on the rail, and this pin 4 on the relay should go from here or have continuity from here to pin 1 on the rotary connector. So we need all of that to be able to happen for you to get power to the rotary device. So I would say also after that, let's check pin 2 and make sure we get continuity to ground. We need to make sure that we have ground here. So you'll need ground on pin 2, and you'll want to check and make sure you have continuity between pin 1 of the XLR over on pin 4 of this relay. So all this relay does is switch the 36 volts on and off at the rotary port. So that's what we need to check is this 36 volts and that circuit there. And that you should find it. It may be a loose wire. You can also try this. The relay may be faulty. Switch the relay with another one. You can pop them out and try it and make sure that you don't have a faulty relay. You can, by swapping it with another one that you know is good. But let's give that a shot, and we should be able to find out what the problem is. We'll get you fixed as quick as we can.